What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about 22 different altcoins today. If you requested more than 2 coins, I did not write them down. I only wrote down 2. It's only 2 requests per person per day. I'm not ignoring you. I suppose technically I am. I'm acknowledging you. I'm just not doing more than 2 requests per person per day because I think 2 is enough. If I do more than 2, I lose sleep. I genuinely lose sleep. I'm already losing sleep, man. So 2 is what you get per person per day. I hope that's enough. If not, you got to find someone that does more than 2 per day, man. But I promise you, if you choose the right 2, it's good analysis. At least I think it is. I don't know. It's up for you to decide. Hit that like button if it is, and if it's not, I would still appreciate it if you hit that like button. Anyways, guys, let's get into this. ASTRO Astro for Anon Girder, AMP for Fonzie, Jasmy and Fet for Killer B, Poo Coin for Diesel Killer, Filecoin and Link for Flower Child, Polyswarm and Goldfinch for Jonas the Brother, MLN for LOLLOMO, Amp for Michael Burtz, Moonbeam for Muhammad El Mensi, VTHO and FORTH. I don't know why I wrote that so weird. Hold on. FORTH, fourth, for Muhammad Arafa. Solana for Minchomi Haylove. And you said crypto. You said .crypto and Solana. Maybe you mistyped, but I looked up crypto and there's no coin that's called crypto. So anyways, after Solana, we'll be talking about Magic and XEP for Lowenhers, CLV and PLU for Haterside, Spell for HQ Lyrics, ZEC for Lance Morgan, and Super Trump for YT6WD. That's the list. Let's get into this. All right. So going over it from top to bottom with what I started with. Astro Port. You know, Anon Girder, you said that I talked about Astro Port Classic or whatever yesterday. You said MEXC. You did say you wanted me to pull it up on MEXC. And when I type in Astro USD, the only thing on MEXC is the classic. I didn't see that part, my bad. But this, you're going to get it on CoinEx because that's the only thing that I could find this on. I know you sent a link. You gave me a link for CoinMarketCap, but I can't do analysis. I can't do analysis the way I want to do analysis with that. So anyways, looking at this thing, I hope this is sufficient is all I'm trying to say. Assuming these highs and lows are regarded, I mean, they look regarded. You tipped your 618, you know, finding support on your 382, resistance on your 382, yeah. You probably consolidate in this area and look to move higher, sure. Yeah, I think you do. You're like doing a bull flag right now or a bullish pennant or something like that. I would think, you know, being at 20.8 cents, you want to move up to 57 cents or higher in a very short amount of time. This is a weekly chart, so it can take a couple weeks. It could be this week, though. Who knows? The daily RSI, I don't mind it, though it is rather neutral with a bearish tilt, so you might continue to consolidate for a little while. Once you start seeing the majority, you know, you can see how like the majority of your readings are below this 50. Once you start getting stronger readings above the 50, I would think that you are looking to break out of this little consolidation phase, continue up with this movement here, and I mean, realistically speaking, I would think that you see some kind of move that's more or less like this. And maybe it takes longer, maybe it takes less time, but all in all, I think the distance would be the same. Something, yeah, that would take you back to your current all-time highs of this, all the way up at $4.80. Here you are at 20.8 cents. So soon, you're about to make a run, much like this one, that will take you higher. Really what you did was you accumulated for a bit down here after selling off a lot, and you're finding support now above your breakout range. You broke out, and now you're finding support. You're holding consolidation there. So I would love it if you continue to move up. If not, if you want to prove that wrong and you want to move down, essentially you'd want to close a week below about 19 cents there. So don't do that if you want to see things go up. But anyways, that's Astro. Let's move on to AMP USD. You said it had a good day today, huh, Fonzie? Oh my goodness. Yes, it did, didn't it? Wow. Holy moly. What is that? I don't remember what I said. I think I talked about it yesterday, but damn, bro. 87%. Good job to everybody holding the AMP, man. That's awesome. You can see very clear, very, very clear right here. You're in this nice accumulation phase, right? If it's not obvious, I'll make it more obvious here. Let's go over it. So I put a line right here at the weekly closing high. Resistance here. Support even right here for a little bit. Resistance here. When you broke that with convincing volume too, it was off to the races. Yeah, yesterday should have been, I don't know if I caught that in yesterday's analysis, but you definitely broke out of it. Maybe I did. I don't remember what I said, but Yeah, this is a breakout move, man. You are in the midst of that right now. Up 181% this week already. Damn, bro. Very hot, very overbought in the 90s. Not a good area to buy. It probably does pull back at some point, right? Probably some point soon. But, man, you could move up. You're at 1.479 cents. You could move all the way up to 2.23 cents first before seeing a significant pullback. Let's see. Is there anything? Is there no crypto? Maybe we can look at it on Mexi. Nope, not Mexi. What about Poo Coin? All right, we'll use Coinbase. Unless Binance has it. Come on, Binance. Nope. All right, Coinbase has the most history. We're going to use that high as a relative high. I don't know if I like that fib, but for what the fib's presenting, I would think you go to 2.2 cents. Maybe, let's see if we can find something that's a little bit more relevant. You got your 1272, 1618's up in this area. So, yeah, I mean, man, you can move all the way to 2.2 to 3 cents from here. You just moved up 186% right now this week. You could very well move up another 100% before this move is done. Time-wise, you're very near the end of it. You're seeing your breakout move. You're going to consolidate at some point after, but distance-wise, you could have a whole lot of distance to go. The daily RSI is hot as well, but it's not as hot as the weekly, so day-to-day you could definitely go up and then maybe finish this week off in the red, or not in the red, but lower than where your daily high would be, if that makes sense. I hope I'm not being too confusing. Initial move up, nice. You've been consolidating, reaching for the highs each time. I really do think you've got more in you. You're not going to stop here, so I do think you go up higher. 2.2 cents to 3 cents is within your range. And then at that point, once we do have our high, which I don't believe we do now, I can take a fib. I mean, if you look at this is kind of like your checkpoint right here before you like really sold off. From a high and a low close, that's 3.2 cents to 2.4 cents. That's pretty close to that range that I was identifying a second ago, right? I don't know. I don't feel comfortable estimating a fib. It just feels wrong. So we'll wait until we see the high itself, but I don't think it's here. I think you've got more to go in a short amount of time. You're in a breakout move. It's probably going to happen within this week that you top off, if not sometime next week, but very short amount of time. That's Jasmy. Jazz my hands up, man. Jasmy coin. First off, for anybody who's asking, because I've had a couple people say this, not just on my channel, but in other channels too. I don't care if they claim to be the Japanese Bitcoin. Nothing's Bitcoin, you guys. Nothing claiming to be the whatever. It's the Siberian Bitcoin, the Vietnamese Bitcoin. Like, no, that's it. Maybe it's a good crypto, but if that's something that people are saying it is, or that's something that the community is saying it is, okay, cool, whatever. But if these guys are claiming to be, we are the Japanese Bitcoin. That's a bit of a red flag, in my opinion. I don't know enough about Jasmy to have a negative or a positive, like, fundamental view on it personally, but I do. I'm sorry, guys. I'm messing. There's a whole. I don't know how all this got messed with up here, man. I got my desk. It's just one of my plants almost fell over. Anyways, getting to the TA of this. Besides the smack talk on saying no, I don't think you can say you're the Japanese Bitcoin, but you're not Bitcoin, bro. That's not even close. Even if you set yourself up the exact same way, not even close. Bottom to top, because then you're just a wannabe. And wannabes, they might do well, but they don't. They do not do the same. You probably pull back to your 382. I would think so. Around 1.177 cents. Very hot on your weekly RSI, right? You're looking to come out of that. You hit a 94 essentially. Daily RSI is cooling off. Yeah, I think you do. I think you come down. Yes, I know that you kind of have like a flat top here while ascending lows, but to me this looks more like a kind of rounding. You're getting like lower highs with a flat base, really. I think you're going to go lower. So this 382 is what I'm looking for, around 1.17 cents. Until then, that's my genuine prediction. You found support, initial support on the 236 here. You did not get any follow through with it. So you were testing the waters, had an initial sell off, and you're probably going to follow through with that. What was wicked will get filled, and that's Jasmy. Fet. You said Fetch.ai, so I'm assuming you meant Fetch.ai. Unless, I mean, I'll type it in, but I'm assuming you meant Fetch, right? But Fet, anyways. Let's see here. Nice movement up, probably coming to the end of it as well. right? Hit the 2272. That's beautiful, man. Yeah, deep extension hit. Found support on the 1618. Nice. I forget. I probably, if I saw this bounce, I probably was calling for the 2272, but I don't remember what my calls were. I know we've talked about this over the weeks, but yeah, very, very, very bullish. Look at that, man. Couldn't even hit your 1272. Bounced off your 886. Classic. Went all the way up here. Broke through your 1618. Back tested it for support. Now you're at your 2272. I very much would think that you would at least go back to your 1886, if not all the way back down to your 1618. If not, you could really go to your 1272 again. It's completely possible. Definitely key areas of support down there. You know, weekly closing high right here. Kind of in this area of resistance as well. You could go a little bit below that. That's fine. But and the 1272 itself. But I would look for $1.85 to $1.32 first, somewhere in that area. Looking at the daily, it's been overbought for a while. I mean, you deserve to take a break. You've done well. You've done very well for yourself. I like that the volume's increasing. I mean, maybe you do see one last push up. It's completely possible. You are showing a lot of strength and the volume looks good. You could go up to this 2618, but that would be the height of it, man. And that's, you're at 265 now after this impressive run already from like essentially 51 cents in a very short amount of time. Maybe you do go up to 470. Maybe. Time-wise, you're getting close. Price-wise, you might have further to go, but let's look at the 4 hour. Let's just see here. 4 hour looks like it wants to come down a little bit, so you're at least good for some temporary downside. I would think that you would at least want to go to 245, but I'm standing by it. Just the fact that you hit the 2272, to me, it'd be more common to come back down to about $1.85, $1.90, if not all the way down to like $1.30, $1.35. So that's Fetch.ai. Poo Coin right here. This one has 24 hours of volume, 3.6K. I know this is a joke. I know Diesel Killer's sense of humor, but you requested it, so we're talking about your Winnie the Pooh coin here on a weekly basis. It's actually looking good. I bet you didn't expect that. This actually is a nice looking chart, I'm not going to lie. It dumped, and now it's accumulating, and you're actually having some bullish follow through. Not going to lie, I kind of like this chart. It's a good setup. If it wasn't for the fact that it has a very unsubstantial, just not significant amount of volume at all, I might consider buying this, but nope, definitely not. I mean, you could put in $300 and you've got 10% of the daily volume. Not worth it, bro. Not worth it. Look at how dead the volume's been. Yesterday, like this was above average volume, right? What you've experienced in the last 24 hours, and it's nothing. It's nothing. You haven't seen real volume since this was a project that was a Poo Coin project. They made it for the name. The people who made it probably didn't care about it afterwards. It's doing exactly what it said it would do. Maybe you do see some kind of recoil, some kind of retracement. Nothing moves in a straight line down forever. Maybe you do move up to your 382 at 98 cents. You're at 42 cents now. Maybe you go up to your 618 at 280. And maybe I doubt you see new all-time highs, but maybe you even see deep retracements. But not too hopeful for this thing. That being said, it does look like it wants to go up. It's kind of in the middle of a breakout move right now. So go Poo Coin, go. Looking good. Looking pretty good, not going to lie. But I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't recommend anybody touches Poo with any amount of their money. Filecoin, USD on Coinbase. In a breakout move in its own right as well. Pulled back, tested the previous area that you broke out from, and now you're holding here. Very bullish on Filecoin right now. I definitely think that it has more to go. You are pretty overbought, and you've been overbought for a little while, which concerns me a little bit. It wouldn't be a bad thing if you close this week down a little bit to the red side. Like you're at 10.75 now. If you went down $2 from here and closed the week down here, that'd be nice because it would give this weekly RSI a little break, and then that could give you a little opportunity to bounce and go higher actually. Yeah, you're at an 83. That's hot, but you could definitely get hotter. We've seen a lot of these cryptos hitting 90s in their RSIs recently. Bearish divergence on the daily, volume's dying off. Yes, yes, yes. I do believe. It's hard to say, but I would think that you do pull back, potentially all the way back down to 760. Or sorry, was that 7? That was 7. Yeah, 760 area. If not, I would say at least like 870, something like that. Probably going to see a pullback relatively soon. Let's look at 4 hour. Looks neutral, not a whole lot going on, but I stand by it. I think you're going to go lower. So that's Filecoin for the more immediate term. Absolutely, I think you're showing strength right now, but after moving up for like 5 weeks in a row to the upside, or 4 weeks in a row at least, with phenomenal movement. Let's see, how much was that? In like a month's time, you moved up a total of 153%. You might consolidate for a bit. That's okay. And consolidating around the highs is a good look, actually. So do that for a few weeks, maybe a week or two, maybe just this week. But you'll probably move up after that. I definitely think the Filecoin wants to go higher, but for now, down. For now, down. Anywhere from, what was it, 740 to 870, something like that, if I remember correctly. Link. Talking about Chainlink, man. On Coinbase. Wow, I didn't know that it hit new highs, man. I think I've been bearish on Link recently. I'm not. Maybe I was. Maybe I wasn't. I don't remember. But yeah, it looks kind of good. Probably pulls back soon. Like you might that might have been your high right there. You pull back a little bit. Oh, maybe you pull back to about 1660. You're at 2078 right now, so maybe you pull back to about $16.60. Yeah. Maybe not though, man. I don't know. Let's see. What are you doing on your relative macro fibs here? Yeah, okay, yeah, you probably do. Pulling back from your 618 to your 0.5, that's normal behavior, man. Nothing weird. In fact, it would look really good. I think so. I think you do. Let's say you pull back to about 1680. 1670, somewhere in that area. You're at 2076 now. If you go a little bit below that, below the 0.5 here, that's okay. You know, even if you go in the black space here, that's okay, but down nonetheless. And then probably up. Like you look very, very constructive, Link. So definitely a moment of reprieve and then up. And it makes sense. I mean, let's see. Actually, I'm wondering. Crypto fear and greed. Crypto fear and greed index. We're still at extreme greed. Wow. Wow, yeah, and I feel like crypto is noticeably slowing down right now, so I don't know if I like that. But this metric isn't the best thing to use. It's not like, oh, we're in extreme greed, that means we have to go down now. No, that generally means that the market is showing a lot of strength, so if anything, it's a good sign. But it could mean momentary, immediate turbulence. And I think we will see that. That doesn't mean that we're going to see a major market crash. If we do, if we saw like cryptos across the board dropping 50% overnight or something like that, I would bet that would be it. It would be done. Not the bull market, I mean the crash. The crash would be as quick as it came, it'd be done, and then we'd start recovering from there. It might not pump 50% the next day, but over the weeks to come, it would just slowly trickle upwards again and then break out to new highs. I don't know. That's an assumption I would make if we saw something like that based off of literally seeing that same exact example over the past couple cycles that I've been in. But anyways, Polyswarm, I think Link's going down as well. Polyswarm, NCT on Coinbase. A breakout move of your own. You're probably at the end of it. Probably, right? Put your high right here. At a resistance point right here. Right here, right? You move down, consolidated, found resistance here, move down lower. So you probably consolidate here. It's just like AMP, but AMP has more to go, I think. Where this looks like it already found its high. You probably pull back to about 2.32 cents. Yeah. And you could pull all the way back down to 1.46 cents. But at least to 2.32, if not 1.46, somewhere in between there is where I think you're going. Let's look at the daily. I think so, yeah. Bearish divergence right down here near your 382. I bet you do, man. 2.32 cents. You probably go a little bit below that, actually. So I would say 2 to 2.32 cents is where I would expect you to go. You probably form a higher low than this. You could go to your 61869, but with the way that it's looking, I'm not calling for that. I mean, I would call for it as a possibility, but personally, I would more expect that you hold this high and you go a little bit below this yellow line here at 2.32 cents, a little bit below there, and you find your low and then you move up. And you make your next stride higher. That's Polyswarm. You want to look at Goldfinch, GFI. Isn't that like, what is GFI? Isn't that a, yeah, I thought so. It's like it's one of these. It's like an outlet. If something plugs in and it doesn't turn on, you just click the little reset button. It's a GF. It's like a surge protector, but in outlet form. I forget what GFI stands for, but in this case, it stands for Goldfinch. I like the daily RSI a lot. This price action's weird, but I don't mind it, man. It's kind of like a fake out, but you're not following through to the downside. I'm having a hard time knowing what to make out of this. I like it. I like it, man. I think you want to move up higher. You're at $1.89. You want to go to 272 or higher soon. Probably higher. You probably want to go to 418. I don't think you stop at the 1618. I don't. Though that would be your next target, would be 272. But probably higher. I'd say 272 to 418, 419, 420, whatever. I think that's where you're going to move, like personally. Previous highs over here, it looks just like the last one did, but without that complete follow through. So yeah, I think you're going higher. I wonder, what'd you do here? Well, it's relative low to high. All these lines. Right above your 382, that's a pretty bullish look, man. I think you do. I think if you were going to reject this week, you would have done it already. You wouldn't be seeing this right now with the volume and everything, the follow through you're getting. This daily RSI is very reassuring. So, and to boot, you know, you put a line right here on your daily low close. That looks like you literally broke out of resistance. You're finding support on it and you're moving up. It looks good to me, man. So yeah, bullish on GFI, probably up to 420, if not at least $2.72, about $1 or more from here, right? It's GFI, MLN, which is Enzyme. That's right, MLN. Looks bullish on the daily. Looks like it's an accumulation phase on the weekly. I like the weekly RSI, though you could come down. You are kind of right at the point where you would break out, kind of. So seeing a little rejection here, a momentary pullback, and then breaking out on the next attempt wouldn't be crazy. But you could be doing this right now, like who knows. But you've had consistent growth over the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks now. I would think you could see a pullback from here, just a momentary one for a week or two, maybe a few weeks. But let's look at the daily. Daily RSI looks good to me, man. I like the volume building as you're moving up as well. It's not a lot of volume, but it looks nice for what it is. I want to look at this again. Because the thing is, you could drop all the way back to $18.82. You're at $26 now, and you would be fine still, even with that big of a pullback. So I don't know if it's enticing to buy personally at these prices, but it's likely going to make a move up to $40, $80, $100 in a very short amount of time. When I say short amount of time, I mean potentially before June or by June, if not sometime obviously later this year. But I like it, man. I do think it looks nice. I just think maybe in the more immediate term you want to pull back a little bit. All the RSIs look good, but I've got a feeling, man. I've got a feeling you probably do pull back. You're at $26. Maybe you pull back to $20. Maybe you pull back literally, what was it, to $18? Yeah, maybe like $19. Maybe you pull back to $23. I don't know. At some point soon, I would think you pull back a little bit. But if not, if I'm wrong, then today, tomorrow, sometime this week, you're about to see a breakout, because you can't just move sideways here, and you're not going to move up at this pace for the next 3 days. Break above your 236, break above this kind of like resistance zone, and then not see a follow through move. So I would think one of two things, and I'm leaning toward the moving down, forming another higher low, and then moving up later, being the opportunity there. So somewhere between, I'd say, like $23 to $18, $19 is where you're going. But if not, you continue to like slowly climb over the next couple days to finish out this week. You might literally be in the middle of a breakout move right now. That could take you all the way up to $40 or higher. But that's what I got on MLN. I'm thinking down. For the time being, I'm thinking down. And oh, I wrote AMP on here twice. I wrote it for Fonzie and Michael Burtz. Michael, you already got it, man, so we're not going to go over it again. Is it GLMR for Glimmer? Moonbeam. It is GLMR. Oh, we'll use Binance. We will use Kraken. We will use crypto. Binance it is. Yep, okay. So, let's see. from a high to a low above your 236, looking like you want to move up higher. Yeah, you probably want to go in a short amount of time up to your $1.06 area. Here you are at 65 cents now. Inevitably, you probably do move up higher, but I would bet you find some turbulence there at first. Probably you do. I like the daily, I like the weekly, I think it looks fine. Yeah, I think you want to continue higher. That's a breakout move right there. You're consolidating a little bit right now, but yeah, 4 hour looks good. It all looks good. I'll see you at $1.06, Muhammad. That's where you're going. Let's see. Next one, VTHO, I think. Vether. Is there more data? There's a lot more data. Okay. We could use that. We might just use the Binance one. Okay, we'll use the Binance one, I think. I want to look at this real quick, and then we'll use Binance. Okay. Yeah, we'll use the Binance one. Okay. It doesn't come with the previous cycles stuff, but we've got the bear market and this bull cycle high. So anyways, nice phase of accumulation, right? Very nice phase of accumulation. Kind of got an Adam and Eve here. It does look like an Adam and Eve in my opinion. Adam and Eve. It's perfect. And you're seeing the follow through. Technically with this kind of movement, you would see from a low to a high point, your measure move would be right there. Like right there. You've essentially hit your measure move and even exceeded it. Went up to your 618, the golden ratio here, found turbulence. You're a little bit below your 0.5. You look like you've been respecting this fib. So I would think you want to come back to your 382 at about 0.0033, just a little bit below that. You probably find support there as you have before, as you found resistance before. I would bet you go down there just a little bit more and then continue to move up higher. So a higher low is what I'm calling for. A relatively higher low. Yeah, 382 on the 3. You're moving down to 0.0031 to 0.0033, somewhere in that area is what I'm thinking. Yeah, I think you're moving down momentarily, but all in all, it's a nice looking chart. So gonna go up higher. VTHO. It's on Coinbase. Maybe I should buy some. What is it? Man, did Onyx Coin move up more? Hold on. We're taking a detour, y'all. No, it did not move up. I mean, it's up today, 3%. I guess yesterday, yeah, it did. Okay, it did move up a little bit more. Yeah. Son of a gun, man. VTHO. Right? VTHO. It's a low market cap, infinite supply, but whatever. Let's do this real quick. That's the market cap, and that's the price. Looks fine to me, yeah. To be fair, the price or the market cap is closer to its all-time high than the price is, but it looks fine. Looks pretty fine to me. I don't know what the release rate is. I wonder if the tokenomics are available to us. Nope, but maybe it is if you look at it. I don't know. Low enough market cap where it's kind of intriguing. Anyways, VTHO looking like it wants to pull back a little bit. I think I said 3 cents or 0.0031 to 0.0033, if I remember correctly. Next, we're talking about Ampleforth, huh? Ampleforth, bro. Somebody commented on an old video where I was saying Ampleforth looks like it wants to go up, and they're like, "This is a forgotten project. It'll only go down." It's like, I don't know, that was a pretty big day there, bro. I don't know. Let's see. Hold on. Let's look at Forth. Sounds like someone was upset that it didn't make them millionaires last cycle. I mean, dude, this thing's only existed since the bear market came into effect. How can you say it's forgotten about? It hasn't had a chance to exist, to be thought of. How can you say it's forgotten about? It's in an accumulation phase. It's looking really good. I wanted to buy some down here, and I never did, and I wish I did. Maybe I did buy some, and I traded it for Jesus Coin. think that sounds right. I think I did buy some at some point. Anyways, accumulation range, looking like you want to break out. You're not quite doing it yet, but you're looking like you want to break out, man. Let's look at this on Coinbase again. That's some decent volume, decent looking RSI. With this kind of RSI having higher highs and higher lows, you absolutely could find resistance here. Come way down, maybe not that low, but come way down, form a higher low, and then move up again. You know, I don't think that this move is done, but temporarily on pause potentially. Looking at the daily, a little bit of bearish divergence. I don't know. Pretty big wick to the upside, sure, but that's not too concerning, I suppose. Not on a coin like this, because Forth, if I remember, is also a low cap coin, even with that kind of growth. I've looked into Forth, man. I've actually looked, like, I've genuinely like looked into it. I went on the website, I read the white paper and everything, and it seems interesting. It seems pretty unique, not gonna lie. I'd have to refresh my memory on it, but the way that it incorporates its it wants to be a stable coin, I think, or maybe not Ampleforth governance wants to be a stable coin, but like there's something with it. I read through the formulas that they laid out, and it was interesting to me. I don't know, $67 million market cap, that's pretty interesting in itself. Fully diluted 91, that's pretty interesting, dude. With something like this, imagine for a second, just take a second and imagine that it catches traction and it sees a $1 billion market cap, right? Well, 100x, I guess that would not be 100x, would it? 100x would actually be a $6.7 billion market cap, right? Right, yeah. Because a 10x would be 670 million, 676 million. 100x would be 6.76 billion, and then a 1000x would be 67 billion. Okay, so long story short, I know I said picture it at 1 billion, but picture it at 6.7 billion. That would be 100x from here, and a $6 billion market cap is absolutely achievable. That's absolutely something that's achievable, even for something that's not the most popular crypto, right? It just has to gain some kind of acknowledgement, you know, some kind of momentum in itself. But let's see, 118 million in volume. With what? That's nuts. I don't know if it's all like real generated or not. I mean, maybe it's just from yesterday's stuff. I don't know, man. Probably mainly from yesterday's stuff. That's probably what it was. I don't know, man. I'm kind of curious about this one. I'm looking to put money in some crypto, so I'm really paying attention to these altcoin requests, trying to keep track of some that catch my eye. And this is definitely one of them. XCN was one of them too, but that might have gotten away from me. There's some other ones too, man, like RAD and GTC. I'm the kind of person, like, let's say, for all intents and purposes, let's just use a nice round number that's easy to get your head around, $1,000. If I wanted to invest in cryptos, like if I had 5 cryptos I'm looking at, I wouldn't put $1,000. I wouldn't separate it evenly into 5 cryptos. I'd probably pick my favorite 2 and then put 500 in each, or maybe 600 in my favorite one, 400 in the next one, something like that. So I'm looking at like a handful of cryptos right now, and I'm looking to put some money in one of this. This might be one of them. I'll be putting more than 1,000 into it if I end up doing it, but I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of hesitant right now, guys. I'm getting off topic here, but I'm kind of hesitant on investing because we are at pretty high levels of greed. We have moved up a lot in a very short amount of time, and I have enough invested where if the money I have set aside right now to put in doesn't get in and things just keep going up, I'll be happy. I'll be happy to miss out on putting a little bit extra in. But if I put it in now and then we see a market-wide crash and I could have bought at lower prices and now I have to be patient for things just to come back up to where it's neutral for me, that doesn't sit well with me as much, you know. So I don't know. I might be patient, but this one looks interesting. This one does look interesting. Let's get back to the task at hand. I wouldn't be surprised if you move down a little bit. You're at $6.06. You might move back down a whole dollar from here, but you're getting ready to move up, Forth. You're at 6.6 right now. You're probably going to go to $12 and beyond. Probably well beyond. With such a low market cap, you won't have a hard time moving up super high, but that remains to be seen if you gain traction, if you gain popularity, acknowledgements through the crypto community, stuff like that. That's Forth. Looking like it wants to pull back a little bit, but also looking good ultimately. Let's talk about Solana. Let's see. At 150, bro. Wow. Somebody was asking if I still think that Solana is going to pull back down to like $60 or $80, and I don't know. I know that I was saying that up here. I know that I was saying that over here, right? Yeah. We pulled back. I guess we pulled back to 80. I know I was saying like 45 was my like main call. I think I said 45 to 60 or 65 or something like that. But since we've had like these weeks over here, I definitely, like within the last month, I know I've flipped the verdict on being more bullish in the short term. Since we had this week here, it was this bounce off of the overbought zone. Yeah, that's when I flipped bullish again. You do have bearish divergence presenting itself. Long story short, to answer the question that I forgot to answer, I don't expect that you're going to go back to $80. You could, but I don't expect that you will. You could, you really could, man. I don't think you will. It's been very resilient. I would think you'd have a higher low. You could move back to like $89, $90. But I don't think you'll move down to 80. I don't know, man. Let's see. Come on now, I want the high. You look like right now what you want to do is move up to your 886 at 175. That's what you look like you want to do. You're at 149 now, and you've been on a non-stop train essentially. You look like you want to move up to 175. Daily RSI looks fine. Weekly RSI looks fine. I like it, man. I think it looks good. Yeah. Yep. I mean, look at this, right? You were overbought for a little bit here. You were overbought about this amount of time here. You had all that growing left to do. You even got out of your overbought zone, bounced off the 50, consolidated nice and tight, and then had a more bullish run up afterwards. So is it going to go up here immediately? I kind of think it will, rather immediately, but then after that you could consolidate a little bit more and then continue higher. You likely will continue higher. I do think Solana is capable of seeing new all-time highs anywhere around like that 670 area. Much past that I'm not really calling for. I don't think it'll break 1,000, but it could. But those market caps just seem ridiculous for me, in my opinion, for Solana, but I can be wrong. Been wrong before, I'll be wrong again. I do like the weekly RSI. I do like the daily RSI. The 4 hours a bit neutral with a bullish look to it. I think it wants to go up. I do. I think you want to see that 175 area. That's Solana before seeing any kind of significant correction or consolidation phase. Let's talk about magic now. Talking about magic in a young girl's heart. Is this the right one? You said it was treasure. Well, let's see. You said treasure. I don't know. Low in hers, you said magic. This is what I'm getting, I think. Let's see. That's a different one. I don't know, man. Not magic. You said treasure. I don't know, bro. We're going to do this one. This is what you're getting. You were specific, but not specific enough, unfortunately. There's apparently a lot of coins with the name Magic. Very, very bullish daily RSI. I like the weekly RSI too, man. Very resilient. You're in the middle of a V-shaped recovery. I don't think you're going to stop until you see at least this price at $1.82. You're at $1.43 now. You might even go well past this. It's common to stop at the top of your V, but it's also common to go a little bit past it, stop there, and then pull back. So anywhere from $1.82 to $1.33 or $2.33 and then beyond is even possible right now. You look like you're slowly working your way up, but you'll probably see a nice stride up soon because you've been inching your way higher, sure, but you've really just been kind of consolidating here for since February. So I think soon you're about to see that next leg up. Yeah. But over the weeks to come, yeah, you're gonna be working your way up. It looks good to me for continuation. Let's talk about XEP now. I think this is right. You said Electra, I'm pretty sure. Weird chart, man. Very weird chart. I don't know what to think of it. It looks fine on the RSI. The price action even looks weird, but I would think you do want to go higher. First, you could come down a little bit, maybe come back to your 886 or even the 786, anywhere from 3065 to 3079. anywhere in there, and then you move up higher to this 1272, and you probably go past that 1272 because you kind of made a pass at it already. So I would think probably up to 0021. That's some impressive gains in a short amount of time. But first down, first a little bit of a deficit, as much as like a 40%, 30%, 20% deficit, somewhere in that range. But a little bit of a loss, and then up is what I would think. Generally, I would look for that 886 to hold the support, which is at, again, 3079. But you do have resistance right here. Coming back and testing that as support wouldn't be crazy either. And it's the 786, so that makes sense too. But that's XEP. Think you're going to move up higher after that. First down, though. CLV, Clover Finance for hater side. Yeah, you're in the middle of a breakout move as well. Kind of a different look, right? Because compared to a lot of these things, you would think that it's still in its accumulation range, but I think really what you did, yeah, like you broke out of your accumulation range here, and then you're getting the follow through is what you did. It was like a downward sloping accumulation range or consolidation range, whatever you want to call it, a final leg down. This looks really good. It looks really bullish. You probably do find resistance here. Looks like you respect your kind of price areas a lot, so you probably do find resistance here. The daily RSI looks good. The weekly RSI looks good. You could continue a little higher, but I mean you're at 11.9 cents at the most. I think you go to 14.3 cents or a little bit above that. Maybe you go up to 17.4 cents, maybe, but I kind of doubt it. Okay, yeah, I'm game. 16.5. You might go up to 17 cents. Okay, I concede. I think you do. You probably continue up a little bit more and then reject. But if you reject from here, don't be scared. You'll probably just pull back to this 236 at about 8.4 cents, and then you'll move up to here and probably above it. Find support there, and then you'll move up there, and then consolidate, and then move up there, something like that. Whatever. It's hard to say based on the RSI because the daily and the 4 hour, they look so bullish. So I am going to give it the green light for immediate continuation, but you're at basically 12 cents now. You probably won't move past 17 cents, but perhaps above 16 cents you will do. Looks good to me. Looks fine. Up 47% this week. Love to see it. Good job, CLV people. PLU. Pluton. On Coinbase, not so much. On crypto, yeah, looks like we're doing Coinbase. Or Poo Coin. We'll use Poo Coin. Weird chart, man. I don't like it. This gives me a headache. I don't like it at all. Bullish divergence, yeah. Hidden bearish divergence with a lower closing high and a higher low or a higher high there. Bearish divergence. I bet you go down from here. I don't like it, man. I would stay away from this one, guys. See you at 526 to 497. And then probably up from there. But that's my thoughts on PLU. I don't know anything about it, so don't take my word for it by saying I don't like it. I just don't like the way the chart looks. Maybe it's a great token. I genuinely have no idea. Spellcoin for HQ Lyrics. Top to bottom. Yep. You're going to move up to 303 to 2054. You're at, oh no, I'm sorry, I said 3 zeros. I meant 203 to 2054. You're at 20146 right now, so you've got a lot of growing to do in a short amount of time. You could consolidate for a little bit first. You have been consolidating for the past couple weeks already, but you could consolidate more. Yeah, maybe you do. Maybe you do. Maybe you pull back to the 61869 area around 3097, 2011 first, and then you move up. That's my thoughts on Spell. Yeah. Nice little 4 hour move there, but you gave it back immediately. There's no follow through, so that just further puts me in the belief that you're moving lower. That's Spell. Moving lower and then moving higher, of course. Zcash. Looking good, bro. Looking really good. Weekly RSI looks fine. Daily RSI looks very resilient. Flat top, ascending lows. You guys know I love that structure. You should too. It's a very, very reliable structure. It's one of the more simple things to see. I mean, you can even see it here, right? It's a little bit more broadened. You got to be honest with yourself, right? Whenever it's not like this, like you could argue, okay, this is a flat top, but it's not. Like, it's a descending high with a flat base. No wonder you broke below it. You even broke below it, tested it back for resistance, and then went lower. Bearish look. We're here on the daily. You've got your flat top with ascending lows. I'll pull it up so you can see it better. It doesn't look like a flat top, right? It just kind of looks like it's a channel up, but if you put a line there to kind of help your eyes see it, right? Resistance there, a bunch of resistance here. You're actually breaking above it now. Ascending lows. Yeah, I like that structure a lot. I like that kind of formation. Rarely does it lead you astray, but sometimes nothing's perfect, man. Nothing's perfect at all. But yes, I think you want to move higher, Zcash. I do. I think you're in the middle of a move that wants to take you higher. I feel more confident taking this fib right here. Yeah, probably up to $41 to $55. You're at $35 now, so yeah. Looking like you want to do that? Absolutely. You could see deeper extensions. This is a pretty small fib to go off of. 618's right there, man. I mean, yeah, you might move up to $85 all in all. I doubt it's a straight line up there to this area. But you probably find turbulence in this area and then pull back to support in this area. Then you move up, and then you move down, and then you move up, something like that, whatever. But it's probably not a straight line. It might not be this crooked either or take this much time. But, yeah, I think you want to move up rather immediately to $41 to $50 if I really had to guess. 41 to 50 and a half. That's Zcash. Let's finish this up with Super Trump. Super Trump. Super Trump. $ST. Sounds about right. Is it this one? You said Super Trump, not Super Trump coin. 24-hour volume. Oh, it's so low in volume, man. All right, YT6WD. This is a low cap coin, and it's been around. All of these have been around for less than a day, so I can't really do TA on this, but we'll try. I forgot I had this here. So, had some first day mania, both to the upside and the downside. That's what they call a Darth Maul, right? Because like if you know Star Wars, Darth Maul has the red lightsaber that comes out both ends. A lot of the OG Star Wars fans gave that, like, they thought that was silly, but my generation, we think that was cool. Anyways, Darth Maul on the first day. Don't know what to make of that. Looking like you're coming up. Nice. You're up 604% in the last 4 hours with a total liquidity of 0. You see the volume over here? It says 0. And before that you had 0. And then here you had 3.75K. I don't know what to make of this, man. It's so low liquidity. It is a meme coin. If you want to roll the dice and have fun, thing is you don't even need $1 to move it up 600%. So if you put any kind of significant, even if you put $100 in, man, you're not going to buy it at this price. Very likely not going to buy it at this price. You'll probably have to buy it up here, and then the price will shoot back down, and you'll be in the red by like 70-80%, and then you'll have to wait for someone else to buy it, and then if you're lucky, you can sell it up here. Like, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's a worthwhile meme coin. If you want to roll the dice, go for it, but do not expect to buy at these prices. You literally moved up 604% with 0 volume. Crazy, bro. And maybe that's not completely accurate, right? Let's try this. Super Trump. Let's see if we can see on the other. Maybe on Avalanche. Maybe that's the one that caused it to move up. Look at the 4 hour, the 1 hour. How about that? The 15 minute, the 5 minute. It's broken. So it was on Avalanche. That's where the volume came from, I think. If I'm reading this right. I don't know. Super Trump. I don't know if this is the same one. I think this is a different one, yeah. So it's probably on the Avalanche chain. That's why it said 0 volume. I don't know, man. You're gonna have a hard time buying at that price. There's not really anything I can say for TA other than roll the dice. If you want to, go for it. Meme coins are meant to have fun, but they're not meant for your life savings. Don't put your life savings in it. If there was a coin that won, it was definitely not Poo Coin. Sorry, Diesel Killer. Might be Amp, man. Amp might be the winner. It looks like it has more to go. A lot of these look like they have more to go, but they want to go down first. Amp looks pretty good. Fourth looks good too, but I think it wants to move down in the more immediate term. There was another one that looked like it wanted to move up. Maybe it was Goldfinch. I forget which one it was. I'm going to give it to Amp though, so we'll say Fonzie because you requested it first, but also Michael Burtz, you requested it, but Fonzie, you're the winner tonight. That's all we got, you guys. If you liked the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. I appreciate all of you very much. Thank you for coming. I will see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.